our chat here. Okay, so do you have any ideas? Actually, I've already done a little bit of work on that. I've already tried that, but all the key members of the Academy, it seems that from the very beginning, they've been guarding against Have you already got to say? I'm guessing not yet. In any case... No way, you mean it'd be too... No, it's not. Doing that would be... That's a good point. We're in the dark as of now, since we still don't know anything about... After all, Nahida, you're super smart, so you... According to a popular theory from the Vahumana Darshan of the Academia, rejecting impractical... Okay. Well, I've been thinking then I should find someone who's already involved. You're saying we should recruit a spy? Oh, before coming back, we met someone named Al-Haytham. He seems like he acts alone. Actually, I already have someone in mind. Sitaria. Paimon, remember? We ran into her basically every time the Sub-Zero's festival repeated it. Paimon still remembers the smug and mean one. I've always liked observing. She was born in the desert and was hailed as their greatest genius. Her academic gifts... Oh, Paimon didn't know... The name Sitaria means star. When she lived in the desert... Later on, she was chosen by the sun. Soon after, the star began to waver. Instead of staying beside it, but in the end, she couldn't give up the radiance of daytime. To cope with her shame, the star buried her guilt and closed her eye. From the sound of it, Sitaria's just hung up on the research but she doesn't really support the academy. Indeed. When they are presented with complex moral issues, many people... She's suppressing a lot of guilt. But before she realized it, she had already become the sage's accomplice. Right. We must somehow... That way, not only can we get useful intel from her, from my past observations, Sitaria will take a day off from the Academia every... Tomorrow afternoon just happens to be a shop to prepare. Let's go check out some of her favorite spots. This should be Sitaria's favorite fortune-telling spot. So should we... No, I already have enough information on Sitaria. Talking style? My poor lost lambs. Have you become troubled over your fate? The divine voice of wisdom. Huh? Really? Shh. It would seem that Harut and Marut are quite... Only mocking the god of Animo, questioning the lord of Geo's financial savviness, and brawling with the god of
Oh, nothing. Go on, pick an aspect for her to divine.
Health prospects. The gods have spoken. The truth shall be revealed. Your life shall continue on for many tens of thousands of years. Harut, Marut, did you two spoil my divination? Actually, Paimon thinks this is...
Is that so?
If you were to bring some food offerings for Harut and Marut on... Is this another one of Sitaria? Yep. It belongs to a king. His father helps Sitaria. When I start talking with him, listen...
Ah, dear customers. Would you like to look at some pottery?
We caught wind of your great craftsmanship, so
Oh, I recognize you.
speaking of, where did you...
I suppose you could say it all started with my dad. After that, I began making...
That's nice. You're making a living.
So is your...
Oh, no, not anymore. A few years back, he fell from a roof and broke his leg. Since he had already saved enough Mora over all the...
I see. We wish him... I'll have someone in charge of logistics at the guild come by another day for...
No problem. Rest easy.
This should be our final stop. Sataria's always thinking of this restaurant. Nahida, you... It's my duty to protect Samira's...
Hi there. I feel like I've seen you down by the docks before.
Huh?
If I recall, you were having a discussion...
Ah, that's right! After all, I grew up in Liyue Harbor and spent my entire childhood staring at the ships going in and out of the port. But I'm still discussing all kinds of problems with different scholars, and I'm continuing to study and perform research from the rest.
What an admirable spirit for
Sure, but...
So this restaurant has a basement as well?
That's right. It's not...
I see. Does that make...
Thank you so much.
So, was that three familiar faces. What's the point of all the... Sataria's already used to avoiding her problems. I remember that you mentioned that the Eremites in Port Ormos are all making a fuss about the upcoming resurrection. Although it's all just a boatload of nonsense, the faith of her homeland may... Oh, Paimon gets it now! Although she knew she should return home to help the people of the dead... Well, the Scarlet King is long gone, and Sataria is also too smart. If we simply engaged her under the guise of the Scarlet King's believers, she would definitely be weary of us. But if we were to borrow some of her close acquaintance... So, you mean you're... Yep. Possess them through the Akasha. Imply that they've already converted to the faith of the Scarlet King. And then convey our made-up will of the Scarlet. As long as everything goes smoothly, we'll get through to Sataria for... So that's how you're going to use up... Exactly. So, best of luck! That's no problem at all. I'll just share all their senses with you once I've possessed them. That is pretty convenient. Although I've been observing humans for a while, I've never... You're not wrong. It's always been painful. If it was at all... Yeah, don't beat yourself up. Alright, then let's give it a go. Oh, here she comes. Satori is here. Let's quietly follow her. Once she starts talking to her queen, as for how we'll sway her to our side, I'll leave that to you. I trust you'll know what to say. Paimon's... Looks like they've already started talking. Let's find out.
That's right. You really can't force anything when it comes to love. And besides, everyone around me is a very... are you...
Oh, of course I'm listening. You...
Okay then. You just seemed a little distracted for a moment there. Strange. Cats seem pretty... I always thought they were quiet, happy kitties. Oh, what are their names again? Ah, that's right. They are just little darlings, aren't they? Heart and...
So, which fortune do you want?
I'd like to get another reading on my love prospects. But to be perfectly honest with you, I feel like I've been a real...
A mess?
Well, could you do a reading on how long it'll take?
I hear you. No problem at all. The gods... The gods are asking, Setaria, why
haven't I gone?
Setaria, why don't you just...
And if I may ask, Nabia, is there a specific god who's speaking to you?
What an inconsiderate and naive question. The god who is speaking...
The Scarlet King? No wonder he would make such a demand. Even though news of the Scarlet King's resurrection has been spreading like wildfire, it's all just a misinformation campaign from the academia. How can the...
What insolence! I am the Scarlet King's most loyal believer.
Oh, no. As a child of the desert, I am only reveling in his power upon... I will think very carefully about his demand of me. I'm sorry. I must go now.
Wait! She just ran off in her... Well done. Setaria didn't seem to suspect anything amiss. To have something she's been trying desperately to avoid show up out of nowhere and berate her, that must have shaken her to the core. Aw, Nahida. All I know are some abstract Harabatot theories. Anyway, enough of that. He's out of teams now. Right on cue. Let's get ready to possess him right away.
It's okay. I just got caught up in something. Oh, actually, didn't you ask me to help you look for work? What kind of... Oh, right. Your old man. Speaking of, how's he doing? Is he feeling any better? Huh? Wasn't he... Actually...
Yeah, he's been retired.
If you could find the time, please write him a letter. Please pass on that recently, fate... He has a quick temper, and has always been a devout follower of the Dendro Archon. I don't want him to get into a...
Oh? So, who are you? I'm so jealous of you. You were born a child of the desert, yet you chose to betray...
Akeem, you don't mean...
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise Scarlet King? In fact, aren't you the strange one?
Can't pick a side? Me?
Whoa! Paimon had no idea you'd be so good at this. You really zeroed in on the issue, and once everything is over, I'll be sure to pay her a visit to her. Come on! Sataria's already started talking with Shishan!
So, Shishan, like, as if someone was trying to preach to you about something.
Oh, right. I celebrated the Sub-Zerus festival.
Wait, how could you?
Are you still failing to realize that the Academia's lowly tricks...
Shishan, don't tell me that you've come.
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be In reality, shouldn't...
Please, please stop!
Even now, Sataria's still trying to run from her problem. She can no longer justify everything to herself. Hey, she's trying to talk to the guards! What should we do? This is the most important part of all.
Mercenary, you're a member of the Corps of 30, correct? Please help me pass a message.
Please, try to remain calm, miss.
Heretics are infiltrating the city, and they've already converted many residents to their side. Heretics? What kind of... The Scarlet King! Many people I know have...
Miss Sataria. No.
You know...
The Scarlet King is immortal. And all... You must face the truth, Sataria. You tread a treacherous path, and the lost child of the Scarlet King. Never forget that the desert that belongs to you lies elsewhere.
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise Scarlet King? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of the Scarlet King.
Sataria, why haven't you gone home?
It seems that no matter where I run, I only keep... I've also been running from my guilt this whole time. Guilt over my part in the Sage's plan. But no matter how much I may try to ignore or get rid of it, my guilt all...
You won't necessarily lose your research opportunities by facing the truth.
How do you know me so well? Are you truly just a believer of the Scarlet King?
That's not important. The important thing is to pass judgment on the Academia. If you could provide some assistance in this matter, perhaps it could serve...
I've actually never believed in the gods, but I've always believed in serendipity. Please tell me, what can I...
How much...
I was just one of the designers for the masked dream harvest scheme, which is what happened. But I know very little about the full scope of the overall project. I've just been working to meet the grand... However, there's something that's been really bothering me. I heard that a scholar who was previously expelled has returned to the city.
To fight against the Academia, we will need to figure out the nature and the purpose of their...
It should be possible if we're willing to take some risks. After all, I'm an assistant to the grand... One thing, though, I won't be able to transfer the documents to you through the Akasha once I get... Let me see... let's use
The Academia entrance. Wouldn't that be...
Don't worry about that. I'm only suggesting this location because it'll draw more scrutiny for me to leave the Academia again. It'll be safest for me to distract...
All right, I trust you.
So,
That'll depend on the judgment of the...
The Dendro Archon. That's right. Her people are the ones we have endangered. Maybe it's time for me to find a god to believe in.
Just as Nahida predicted, we've managed to... The Traveler's execution was ingenious. Well, now that we've made plans to meet again tomorrow evening, all we can... Pray? But if we're going to pray to the gods, aren't we just...
sooner die again than lay a hand on me.
Catherine, we're here! That's right. I suppose I'm the other Catherine. Shh! We're on a secret mission tonight. Yep, Paimon's right. We cannot fully rule out if something were to happen, my existence may... After all, the academia should still be unable to... Yep, exactly. Just what Paimon was thinking. Anyway, enough about that. Off? What do you feel is off? It's the middle of the night. No, I think she's right. If you look around, there seems to be fewer people on the streets. Huh. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe Sataria figured out a way to not only distract... I also can't quite figure out why things feel a little off. Well, regardless... There really aren't many people out right now. Let's hope it'll be this quiet in front of the academia, and that Sataria managed to distract all the guards. What are all these people doing here at this hour of the night?
The triumphant hero returns at last. And to a rather spectacular welcome, even if I do say so myself.
You're the outcast, expelled from the academia.
Indeed I am. Although these days they tend to call me the Doctor. If you're looking for your researcher friend, she has already been taken into confinement. With some basic caution, she could have discovered the listening device on her person. Clearly, she lacks the degree of rigor expected of a true scholar.
The people of Sumeru City. What have you done to them?
I simply made some minor adjustments to their Akasha terminals. Now they can deposit information directly into the subconscious. As you can see, all these lovely people now believe this traveler is a hero who has just saved the world. My experiment is a success. And now it seems they can no longer hold back their sheer adoration.
No, what should we do? These are all just regular people. Leave now. You need to get out of here. But that guy's a Fatui Harbinger. We can't just leave you here. Nor can I abandon the people of Sumeru. Don't worry. We'll meet again outside of the city.
I see. You appear to have overridden their mental faculties with your own consciousness. To possess such a powerful mind, you must be the god of wisdom.
This should be far enough. Is the heater going to be okay? We only made it out because of her. Paimon wasn't counting on running into a new harbinger here. He called himself the Doctor. Remember, Tainari told us about, and that even the sages are wary of him. Yep, sounds like she must have been talking. Yeah, now that the Doctor's in the picture, we're no longer just, but what are the Fatui after this time? Yeah, things Nahida said we'll meet again outside of the city. But, you mean, oh, right! Wasn't he invited by the sages to work on, even though he turned it down at the time? There's no time to lose.
Hold it right there. A blonde-haired traveler and a floating fairy. We've got you all right. Take a look around.
Are you mercenaries from the Corps of 30? Did you come here to arrest...
Corps of 30? We're nothing like those. We are an elite brigade that commands the highest commission rate in all of...
The outcast? But why wouldn't the Doctor just send the Fatui after us?
Still wasting time on idle chit-chat.
You're up, traveler!
Following order. New punching bag.
This is a new one.
Useless. Here. Need. Take my lead. Disappear. Worthless.
Oh, the jungle. Check this out.
Boring.
It isn't over yet! Here comes reinforcements!
Supporting fire.
doing too. As a result, Master Tainari is taking me off the patrol schedule.
Oh, Kale. Speaking of Tainari, did he go off on patrol?
Oh, Master Tainari? You just left the Avidia Forest
He left? But isn't Tainari...
I thought it was weird too. Master Tainari always prioritizes his work as a forest watcher. No, I only found out that he left through a message he left behind. To leave in such a hurry? Master Tainari originally studied in the Amorta Darshan of the Academia. And part of I know that before he became a forest watcher, Master Tainari once...
A research base, huh? Oh, we don't have a lot of time, so let's go look for him at Party's DI. Got it. Will do. See... Wait! Look who it is! Thank goodness you're okay. We were so worried about you. Hey, this was supposed to be a touching reunion. Actually, it's very smart of the traveler to be wary of me right now. Plus, it's not like you could have known what happened after even a pool of stagnant water after a torrential storm. Paimon feels like only the real Nahida could come up with such an obscure now. Huh? Well, we understand that point now. Please, when you left, I was still in the middle of restoring everyone's minds. Thankfully, when the doctor mentioned instead, he did something closer to creating hallucinations. Luckily, I managed to finish my restorations and mind jump away from him just... What a relief. The doctor I wouldn't be relieved, just... I gave away my true identity when I restored everyone's minds. Also, the doctor is already an expert at modifying Akasha term. Would that mean you'd no longer be able to jump between minds? Then how do we stop him? Plus, the doctor's combat ability alone we shouldn't give up hope just yet. Actually, Nahida, how did you know we were... Yes, I have. I can see the trap. You didn't come here for sights. We're looking for a scholar we know. His name is Tainari, and the sages once tried to... Okay, let's just...
Traveler?
Ah, the voice! It's Hypatia!
What a pleasant...
Who's this? She's a scholar we met in the Avidia Forest when we left... Oh, I see.
That's right, we're old friends.
Hypatia, you're way too excited about this. Actually, wait, no. Did you already finish your training and reach Pari...
My consciousness has already managed to...
You did it? Congratulations!
When my consciousness made contact with the gods.
That sounds incredible!
Oh, all right. Remember? I promised to help you understand which... My current self has not only gained true in...
You can do that? I've never heard of anything like that, but...
Hold on. I brought some spirit borneo with me. This is still a
we're...
All right now. Hold my hand. I'll help you establish...
Okay.
Ready?
It took 3 betrayals for me to finally understand. The world is just an elaborate tapestry of lies. My fury will never be quelled. The first to betray me was a god. My creator. My mother. Valuing strength above all, she saw no worth in me and I was discarded. The second was a human. My family. My friend. Consumed by fear, he saw me as an abomination. The third was one exactly like me. A hope for the future. A fledgling barely out of the nest. Powerless before his mortality, he broke his promise to me. Humans, they can't be trusted. And the gods fill me with pure loathing. So I said good riddance. I denounced the world and laugh in its face. My chest will never again be defiled by worldly filth. I will scrub away every last trace of human emotion. Then it will be empty, a blank slate, and ready to receive a supreme gnosis, brimming with pure divinity. There is no need to fear. The pain will be brief. Your era is coming to an end.
What was that? Did we actually just see the Balladeer's memories? But how is he connected to the divine?
You saw it, right? You felt it, right?
Alas, shame. If only that which beats within my chest wasn't a fit.
Do you understand now? I'm afraid this is no periporno life, but rather...
Why I found divine wisdom. Shouldn't I?
Apasia?
That's how I always thought Wait, have I already lost my mind?
Wait, something isn't right. Lost him! Are you okay, Nahida? Wait,
Oh, the Traveler's back?
Nahida was controlling your body for a while. It seemed like she jumped over to you as an emergency measure. After that, Kainari heard the commotion and came over. He helped us defeat the mercenaries and then he ran with us all the way here.
never imagined that an individual's consciousness could be transferred around like this. Also, while we were running, the consciousness in your... The doctor has found a way to trap my consciousness. But even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can...
Oh no! Hida's was that message all she left for us? It's pretty vague. Oh, that makes sense. Since the doctor captured her, she won't be able... Even in a moonless night, a shower of Huh. Paimon knows the moon... Didn't Nahida use a starlight analogy before? It had something to do with Sataria. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. But she isn't with us anymore.
Paimon, you said Sanctuary of Surasthana. Does this...
Your guess is correct, but this...
That's all right. A scholar's curiosity doesn't need to be appeased right away. I've spent some time with you, and it looks like the Dendro Archon...
Thank you, Tainari. Oh, actually, we came here to ask you a question.
That. While I was indeed invited to join that project, all I know is that that project has something to do with the restoration of Irminsul.
Huh? Did you see something when you were in Nahida's body? What?
Do you have any evidence? So that's what happened. That explains why Hypatia's symptoms were different.
Tainari, did you leave the Avidia for...
I did. I noticed Hypatia's mental anomalies, but since her symptoms were rather atypical, if I didn't take action, Hypatia would have already been taken. Now that you mention it, I knew the academia has... But I still didn't expect them to do something as arrogant as creating a new god. The Doctor and the Balladeer. We have 2 Fatui Harbingers in Sumeru. Sounds like we're in for a... From your description, I don't think they've completed their project. But then, what is the connect...
Yeah, it feels like we're still nowhere close to figuring out the Sage's goals. Right, we've pretty much gone over...
I'll stay here for now. I still want... If you're planning to go into the desert, start by heading... Come find me here if there's anything else I can do.
Thanks, Tainari. We finally made it to Caravan Rebat. It's so just past this wall. Oh, wow. Paimon remembers hearing people call this the Wall of Samiel. It's made to block sandstorms from the outside. Oh, if it...
Enough gawking. Come on, follow me.
Huh?
Over here.
Oh, he's the one that way. Let's hurry up and follow him. Wonder what he's up to.
What the... Where did she go? How did we lose them? They...
More Eremite mercenaries? Who are they working for this
You were too careless. You should have noticed those hopeless amateurs trailing you along. There's no need to thank me. I've never cared to keep track of personal favors. All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across. It's a habit I developed at the
You really gave Paimon a scare, Alhaitham. Last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the Academia?
Oh, so you've already landed yourselves on the Academia's hit list. However, had I wished to turn you over to the Academia, don't you think you'd already be the Eremites' honored guests by now?
Oh, right. You do have a point.
I have no interest in running errands for that project. As a scholar, I've always belonged to the camp. And these days, you're more fascinating than anything this... Not quite. To tell you the truth, I'm still investigating the Divine Knowledge Capsule. Everyone says the capsule originated in the desert and was eventually moved to Port Ormos. Which brings me back to you, and why the leader of Ainul Ahmar used the Divine Knowledge Capsule right in front of you. And upon seeing him, your expression became... To have that kind of reaction, I think you must have...
Alhaitham, you really have a ridiculous...
So that's your answer. Well, I do work... But that does prove you do have some undisclosed information about the Divine... No matter.
That's right. We have the same plan.
Then I'd suggest starting with Aru Village. It's the largest settlement in the desert, so it'll probably have more resources and...
It's always better to travel with someone you know.
Before us lies Aru Village, the safe haven of the desert folk.
Whoa, this landscape is real...
Unless my memory fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the Academia. Would you care to enlighten...
Alhaitham, do not think you can escape my judgment just because you managed to escape my attack.
Judgment? So that's how you'd characterize your...
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me. Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or resist.
Seemed to me more like your own personal...
Who is that,
Yes. General Mahamatra Sino, head of all the Matra at the Academia. He's a formidable hunter, and the...
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in Alhaitham, to the point of blocking. If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I have been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer. other...
Has Alhaitham done something wrong?
I won't waste my breath explaining things. Take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person. Unless you want me to retrieve...
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes Amatra's senses.
Wait, the Divine Knowledge Capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
No wonder you speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. And why, as General Mahamatra, as far as I'm aware, the other Matra have you been given a mission that's... Let's say, if I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and resources to judge me?
I should have known you'd be difficult to deal with.
You two? Ugh! What you would do, Traveler? Paimon...
Well, look at you two, acting all tough and self-righteous over there.
Wait, Dia? Great! Finally, someone that you gotta help us out here. Otherwise, these two are...
Yeah, sure looks that way. Two giants from the academia duking it out once and... Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous morality and... But how dare you bring your petty disputes into the safe haven of our... It seems like someone's gonna have to beat some sense into your thick skulls until you finally learn to respect these grounds.
Boy.
Hey, did either of you hear a word I just said?
Whoa, what's going on? The wind's so...
Another sandstorm? What's up with these recently?
Hey! All of you, over here, quickly! We have to
Someone's calling for us! Oh.
That sounded like Candace. Come on, you two. Jeez, are all of you...
All right, stop yelling.
Well, hey, wanna play sardines with three people who wanna tear each other limb from limb? Sure, why not? Sounds fun. The air is so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
My sincere apologies, everyone. This is the home of our village chief. I will have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm dies down. Please, let me introduce myself. I am Candace, protector of Aru Village.
Our savior has come. Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's Paimon. Thank you so much for helping us.
There's no need to thank me.
Wow, she's so gentle and caring, like a nice older sister.
All right, now that we're all better acquainted, as a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm, and now that you have set foot within Aru Village itself, it is all the more my responsibility to make absolutely sure. So please, have an honest, and if anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time with the creature.
Oh, on second...
And that goes for you too, Miss Dia. Do I make myself clear?
All right, we got it, Can.
That's what I like to hear.
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. Anyway.
Wait, that was you trying to be a...
I have nothing to hide, so there's no shame in explaining. While Alhaitham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious. Rather, I've chosen to exile myself.
Huh? Exile yourself?
A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning as General Mahamatra. I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. However, to my surprise, I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request. But I soon found that I began to realize that, unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon. The power of the General Mahamatra is granted.
So they really are up to no...
I realized then that to the Grand Sage, the mantra are nothing more than tools. The vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold, they are meaningless to the... I believed it would be wise to flee the academia before the sages had a chance to take action again. I will never give up on this investigation.
Sino seems to have the same goal as us. We're all investigating. Plus, now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra, he somehow feels a lot less scared. Well, Sino, if that's your story, then why did you see all hate?
When I was investigating the matter in the academia, I overheard a conversation between Alhaitham and a sage. The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler. Do you dispute this, Alhaitham?
What?
Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented. Now throw in your suspicious behavior with the divine
Yes. I was indeed tasked with
Alhaitham!
After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me, once you've completed this assignment...
A most enticing...
Unfortunately, those academics don't know me at all. Their words contain one key piece of information. Namely, that divine... From my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. So, I began my own investigation following the lead of the Divine Knowledge Capsule. Had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended up like that Einal Ahmar...
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that...
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the academia I was waiting in Port Ormos for you to... So it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my...
Criminals do love to talk about coincidences.
Even though I ran into the traveler by chance, I had no intention of providing a... You were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
That's true. Alhaitham helped us out at Caravan Rebat as well.
I'm willing to apologize, if that's worth any... I took the Divine Knowledge Capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. After all...
You should be well aware, Scribe Alhaitham, that curiosity can... Answer me this. Did the sages...
Have I not made myself clear? You and I are both distrusted...
Fine. Although you haven't...
As you wish.
Good. I'm glad to see you. And now you, Dia. I believe it's your...
Oh, sorry. Whatever the boys were talking about must have been so... My situation is pretty straightforward. My employer, Dune... I had nothing going on, so I decided to return to our village for a visit. I was actually looking... But then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a pointless argument.
Is that all?
Well, that's more like it. I missed you all so much.
Whoa! What was that sound?
No need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats, please make yourselves at home.
Creatures? In the sand?
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted. Anyone without extensive training in these conditions is at a
Yeah, just leave them to Candace. Don't worry.
The winds died down. That means the sandstorm's over, right? Candace still isn't back yet, though.
When you put it that way, even I'm starting to feel a little worried.
endless. They just keep coming in waves. I've lost count of how many I've defeated.
Ah, here comes another wave!
Leave this round to us. I got interrupted earlier.
It's been quite a while since I've seen the Flame Mane, and
I'll be sure to put on a good show. Let's go!
got something for you. You're stuck now.
Don't get too close.
Here comes another wave! When are they ever gonna let up? Let the show begin. The creature stopped appearing. Was that the...
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm.
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Huh? Who are you?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hands full taking... I am the chief of Aru Village. Everyone usually calls me...
Sir, I am also originally from the desert, but
I can't say they've always been common. Besides sandstorms, we also occasionally get earthquakes. According to an
Another effect of Irminsul. So, Irminsul's withering causes withering zones in the...
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irminsul.
Everyone in Aru Village needs to take good care of the... Speaking of which, why haven't I seen a single...
Village Keeper? Who are they?
does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how Aru Village refers to mad scholars. Most of them are scholars who lost their sanity after a period of training in the Avidia. The Academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars. So,
alas, that's exactly what we've been trying to investigate, one by one. But no one in the village has ever seen them leave. If you're planning to stay...
I've had encounters with those people in the past.
The Mantra are the ones responsible for their exile. Now that you're no longer...
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty...
Oh, you're the former General Mahamatra. You must be an expert in these kinds of investigations.
Is it because you're reminded of Hypatia? Oh, these poor scholars. But, is it really a good idea to tag along with Sino? You seem like you really...
I'll be grateful for the assist. I'd start by finding a spot to share what we...